The content in this video is informational reference for providers furnishing services in our contract jurisdiction. National Government Services employees, agents, and staff make no representation, warranty, or guarantee that this compilation of Medicare information is error-free and will bear no responsibility or liability for the results or consequences of the use of this material. Although every reasonable effort has been made to assure the accuracy of the information within these slides at the time of the publication, the Medicare program is constantly changing, and it is the responsibility of each provider to remain abreast of Medicare program requirements. Any regulations, policies, and/or guidelines cited in this publication are subject to change without further notice. Please use cms.gov for current Medicare regulations. Hi, and welcome to part 2 of our 7-part series on Medicare Part B drugs and biologicals. In this session, we will focus on general billing guidelines. This presentation is specific to the common questions and common claim rejection reasons we see for drug and biological claims. In the summary section for this video, we have provided related resources to the material we'll be covering. Medicare Part B providers are required to submit claims electronically to National Government Services using the HIPAA-compliant ANSI X12-837P format. To submit the paper CMS 1500 claim form, Part B providers must meet exception criteria under the Administrative Simplification Compliance Act, also known as ASCA. NGS often refers to the line item number from the 1500 claim form during educational sessions. And we show a compare of where that information is entered into the electronic 837P format. The link to the job aid titled Medicare Part B CMS 1500 Crosswalk for 5010 electronic claims is included in the summary of this video. The first topic for this video is units of service. Medicare Part B drugs and biologicals administered in a physician's office or outpatient setting are billed using HCPCS code, and each drug's HCPCS code descriptor defines the quantity of the drug considered as one billing unit. The number of units billed is determined by dividing the administered dose, that is the amount given to the patient, by the amount of drug that is factored into one billing unit, as defined by the code descriptor. Each of the examples on this page represent a unique billing pattern for drugs to Medicare Part B. Example 1's HCPCS code specifies 10 milligrams per unit, and 10 milligrams were administered to the patient. Therefore, the amount billed on the claim equals 1 unit. In example 2, the drug's HCPCS code specifies 50 milligrams per unit, and 200 milligrams are administered to the patient. You're going to divide 200 by 50, and you are given the 4 units that are to be billed on the claim. Finally, in example 3, we are rounding to the next highest whole unit. The descriptor for the HCPCS code defines the unit as 6 milligrams, and 10 milligrams are administered to the patient. 2 units are billed on the claim in this example because you must round up to the next whole unit. In each of these scenarios, the patient's medical record must reflect the actual dose that is provided to them. The next topic is notes. Claims for drugs and biologicals are some of the most popular claims that require the use of the notes section on the Part B claim form. Notes are required for both classified and unclassified drug HCPCS codes. If the notes entered are insufficient, if they are missing, or if the notes are placed in the wrong area of the electronic claim, that claim rejects, and then the provider must submit a new claim. The electronic equivalent of item 19 from the CMS 1500 form is loop 2300 or loop 2400 and segments NTE02 or SV101-7. With the notes, there is a right way and there is a wrong way to enter comments onto the claim. You want to ensure your note or your comments are complete with the drug name or names when it is a compound drug. Make sure there is the dose, and then make sure you're including the route of administration. We've provided two different examples here. The first is Protonix, showing the incorrect submission that was missing the dose. This is going to cause the claim to reject. Some claims may also have an ADR issued for this reason. Either way, you're delaying the claim from being processed. The second example of Cabenuva is incorrect because 2 drugs make up Cabenuva, and therefore 2 doses are required to be shown in the comments field. National Drug Code is always on the Part B claim, so it is mandatory to be on Medicare Part B drug and biological claims. The NDC is added to the note section, again, item 19, and the electronic equivalents for this are 2 different areas. The first is the drug identification field, which is loop 2410, segment LIN03, or most commonly the NDC is entered into loop 2400, segments NTE02 or SV101-7. The final topic is modifier 76. Modifier 76 indicates a repeat procedure on the same day by the same provider for the same patient. While it is often used for X-ray interpretations or multiple EKGs, it has been increasingly used in drug and biological claims, specifically on high-cost skin substitutes and hemophilia blood clotting factors. The 837P format caps total charges at $99,999.99 per claim, and then service units are capped at $9,999 per line item. Claims surpassing these limits will be rejected. For charges exceeding $99,999.99, you're going to need to submit multiple claims with comments or notes stating claim 1 of 2 for total charges of $150,000. And then accordingly, the comments will apply for subsequent claims. If service units exceed $9,999 per line item, you will bill the drug HCPCS code on separate line items and make sure that you're checking the medically unlikely edits to prevent any denials. When you are using multiple NDCs with a single HCPCS code, each NDC also has to be listed separately. So you will use the HCPCS code on 2 separate line items, just like the units exceeding the 9,000 range, and you will apply modifier 76 to the second line item for those. There is a link to the article titled Medicare Part B Electronic Claims That Exceed the Threshold for Charges and Units of Service in the summary section of this video. That is all for this video. We want to thank you for taking the time to view the information on general billing guidelines. We really hope that this information has been helpful for you. For more drug and biological guidance, please consider viewing the rest of the series. All videos are posted to our YouTube channel.